Hey Virgo, I hope you guys are doing really well. I want to go ahead and get into a tarot and oracle reading for you. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish, and if you're seeking a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. So Virgo, your oracle card energy here is observer. This is about finding neutrality and maintaining neutrality. It's about objective thinking, observation, rather than trying to engage a situation or trying to fix a problem. It's asking for you to just monitor, look, be mindful of how much you engage, and, kind of keep peace and keep space from it, just because you may need to protect yourself in that way. We are observing people's nature. We are observing people's problems. We are observing people's issues and the way that they take action or not take action. So it really doesn't necessarily, it will become your problem if you allow it to. How about that? When it comes to your family and community here, Virgo, you have the shadow in reverse. This is the devil in reverse. Generally, the devil in reverse indicates a lessening, a decrease in toxicity, negative behavior. Sometimes it can even ramp it up, depends. But the devil in reverse can sometimes indicate where we can have people who are not doing well in their life, but it's at their own hand. They are the ones that create the issue, and oftentimes they will blame shift, or they will, say, oh, well, I'm like this because I had a hard childhood. So did we all. Well, most of us. I know I did. But with this energy, it can be somebody that is willful in their ignorance, or they will not take accountability for how their life has gotten a certain way. They pawn off their problems on other people and make it their fault. And so this may be a situation where, if you know that to be the type of personality that you're dealing with, observe them, watch their behavior. It's not your problem to fix, but this is the type of personality that will approach you to give you some of their load because they can't handle it, but that is, again, at their own hands. So be mindful of how much you choose to take on. Be mindful of how much you let in. Observe from afar, neutrality. Be kind to yourself. Don't take on anybody's burdens, especially if they are not willing to do it themselves, because this is the type of energy that shows up when that comes around, okay? Could be dealing with the Capricorn as well. For your health energy, Virgo, you have the Ace of Cups, which is great. This energy can indicate fertility. It can indicate pregnancy. Overall, though, this energy just talks about like a happy place to be in with ourselves. Things are moving for us in a positive way. Our bodies feel good. Our emotional body feels good. We feel rejuvenated. This can also be an indication to refill your cup. What does that look like? Sometimes that looks like meditating. Sometimes it looks like certain levels of self-care. Whatever it is, it's saying you have a wonderful opportunity to feel great. Let's do everything in our power that we can to make that happen, okay? And if you're not feeling great, observe what you're feeling and change it, right? We don't want to be somebody that, we've got stuff that's problematic, but we do nothing about it, right? So take action. Be mindful of how you treat your body and yourself, When it comes to your finances and career, Virgo, you have the Five of Pentacles in reverse here. So the Five of Pentacles in reverse it's a positive card when it comes to finances and career. If you've been in a position where situations in your life have been very problematic with money, or you're starting from ground zero, things have been falling through the cracks, maybe our previous choices have led us to some really problematic places in our lives, and the Five of Pentacles in reverse says it's time to rectify it. It's time to fix the issue. We can't hang out in the cave forever here. This is asking for you to dedicate your time and your energy to your productivity, to have kind of like a single-minded focus on what you need to do. It's the beginning stages of getting out of something that has been arduous and emotionally taxing. When you don't have the stability that you need, it it wreaks havoc. It wreaks havoc in so many areas of our lives, okay? When it comes to your relationships here, Virgo, you have the moon in reverse. The moon in reverse, this is Piscean energy, Cancerian energy as a reader for me. This is about releasing your fear, anxieties. This is about finding clarity and no longer being afraid of emotions or emotional disturbance. I keep going back to this devil here for some reason, just because this seems to be flavoring so much of this reading. And this could apply to somebody in your life, but it is your reading. So with these energy, wow, wow, that person was so lucky. Like they were literally like, it's almost as if that truck like didn't move for them. The truck just kept coming. It's like, you know, when you're on the sidewalk and like somebody just keeps walking and they're like going to walk into you, that's what just happened, but it was with a truck and a person. With the moon and the shadow in reverse, the devil in reverse, two major arcana cards in reverse, which is also when major arcana show up, it can talk about big life lessons that we have to address, that we have to clear so we can have a shift in that energy so we're no longer like stuck. In our relationship energies, we may be dealing with situations where like, you know, we're no longer, a partnership is no longer like subject to somebody's like ill behavior or their problematic toxic behavior. This can be somebody finding hope and turning a new leaf when it comes to what they need to do in regard to self-care, self-awareness, taking ownership for their issues. The moon here in a couple sense, it talks about having freedom to have clarity in a situation, no longer being bogged down. Sometimes it can talk about deception and negativity, lies, but it's coming to an end here. There's the clarity aspect coming here. So I would say be available to that. And if that's not present in your experience right now with your partner and you are having negative associations and issues, push for that to happen. Even if you have to like, because it feels like with that, you may have observed a situation for so long, you may have even tried to take it on, but it's not your job to do that. And so if you realize that nothing's changing and it keeps happening, this may be your opportunity to claim your clarity in a situation and step back, pull your energy back. You know, I don't know if that means fully leaving a connection, but somebody's unresolved issues must be managed and it's not your job to do it. And if this is the case, it may be bleeding out on you. So be mindful of how you engage it, okay? For those of you who are single and looking for love here, this energy can talk a lot about like where you may have been very like uncomfortable or uncertain about engaging people, or maybe you always feel like, I just don't know how to trust people. I am constantly like anxious about things. I don't know how to feel about things. Here it's saying, find some neutrality, find some peace within that. You know, maybe that is telling you it's not time to push forward. It's not time to go forward here. If you can find peace and find calm and resolve within yourself, you'll know when it's time. There's no forcing ourselves to be present within connections that aren't happening yet. You can't force relationships to happen, especially with strangers. So, you know, if you can get some neutrality and some peace within this energy, please do. This can also talk about like regaining your composure within yourself, and being like ready to take on the next step in things, okay? What you don't see coming here, Virgo, you have the 9 of Swords. This energy is very much about worry. It's about anxiety, unhappiness. Some people say sleepless nights and that kind of stuff. It's the mental energy that plagues our mind. For some of you, this is a very heavy energy that we're dealing with here. You may be dealing with other people's issues. If these are not your issues, you may be dealing with other people's issues. Kind of the only really positive energy in this reading is this Ace of Cups. And so whatever you can do to self-soothe in a healthy way, whatever you can do to fill your own cup back in a healthy way, do it. Because oftentimes when we're dealing with people that are flailing in their own lives, is that they're going to deplete us. They require so much from us because they are unable to give it to themselves. So if you are able to recognize what that looks like without making yourself an accidental victim in somebody's, like, chaotic energy, the better that you can navigate that. With the Nine of Swords here, though, this is very much about, it's frustrating to be in, and it's like, this could even be like where you have regret, you have guilt for like maintaining a situation or endeavoring with people like this. It's something where you need to be able to create peace and separation with. You can't overthink the situation. Look at it for what it is and really just make a decision based on what it is. You can't force anything to happen. We can't keep lowering ourselves down to be stepped on by people who are frankly already in the mud. So be mindful about how you engage others. Be mindful about how you take over other people's problems for them when they especially do not want to take ownership for their problems themselves. Because it's abusive and it's toxic and it's not healthy. And please, if you are fertile and you are with somebody like that, be careful of becoming pregnant. So on that note, I know this wasn't the nicest reading, but it is what it is, and I gotta say what it is. So yeah, feel free to like, share, subscribe, comment if you wish, and if you want a personal reading, all my info is in the description box below. Take care, Virgo. Bye.